Brace yourselves, 2026 isn't just another year at the movies. It's an all-out cinematic reckoning. From the death-defying depths of the ocean to mind-bending multiverses and secret wars unraveling in back alleys and alien worlds, Hollywood is detonating expectations with a high-octane lineup of returns, reboots, and reinventions. And at the heart of it all, a shocking resurrection no one saw coming. Robert Downey Jr. isn't Iron Man. He's Doom. Let's start with the revelation that broke the internet. The Russo brothers have officially begun filming Avengers Doomsday, and the very first set photo delivers a bombshell. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU as Victor Von Doom. You read that right. The face of Marvel's golden age now embodies its darkest force. The photo's simple, a chair marked Dr. Doom, but fans instantly decoded what it meant. The multiverse isn't expanding, it's collapsing, and Downey is at the epicenter, scrapping Kang Dynasty and launching a villain-centered pivot. Feige's gamble is massive. With London sets active and major roles still in secret lockdown, Marvel isn't just teasing fans. They're rewriting history and maybe ending it. Jessica Alba's spy game turns lethal in The Mark. After the smash success of Trigger Warning, Jessica Alba returns in full-force action, goddess mode with The Mark. And it's not just a return, it's a reinvention. Directed by Justin Chadwick and penned by Ronnie Christensen, the film launches Alba's Eden, a covert agent who drags a terrified single dad into a globe-spanning conspiracy. Wrong man, wrong time, maybe, but when the CIA, Interpol, and cartel killers all think he's the assassin, Eden has no choice but to weaponize chaos itself. The Mark promises heart-pounding action, high-stakes deception, and an explosive fight to stay alive, all while Alba reclaims her throne as Hollywood's most underestimated action icon. Stranger Things gets stranger in Tales from 85. The Upside Down just found a new frequency, and it's animated neon-lit and totally radical. Stranger Things Tales from 85 throws us back to the retro era with an anthology series straight out of your Saturday morning cartoon dreams, only scarier. Produced by the Duffer Brothers and animated by Flying Bark. This isn't just nostalgia, it's an alternate dimension of danger. Premiering at the Annecy International Animation Festival, POAS promises to dive deep into Hawkins' lore, unearthing secrets from 19F with brand new characters haunting mini-arcs, and maybe even long-lost storylines that could reshape the mythology of Stranger Things forever. For fans aching to stay in the eerie orbit of the Upside Down, this is your lifeline. Tarantino and Fincher, Hollywood's deadliest duo, returns. The Cliff Booth legend isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. The continuing adventures of Cliff Booth unites the unimaginable Quentin Tarantino writes and David Fincher directs. The man who gave us Fight Club and now reshapes Tarantino's alt-history universe, with Brad Pitt reprising his Oscar-winning role as the enigmatic stuntman turned lethal fixer. Streaming exclusively on Netflix, the project marks a surreal, stylish collision of pulp paranoia and precision. This time, Booth's story digs deeper into the shadows of 1970s Hollywood and the blurred line between hero and hitman. With Fincher's cold-blooded lens and Tarantino's blood-soaked prose, the result could be a cinematic acid trip of the highest order. Chris Hemsworth goes full throttle in Subversion. Think Die Hard, now trap it underwater. That's Subversion, an unrelenting pressure cooker thriller starring Chris Hemsworth as a naval officer, blackmailed into captaining a submarine of secrets. Illegal cargo, internal betrayal, and a deep-sea standoff against a cartel threatened to implode from every angle. Directed by Patrick Vollrath 7500 and backed by Amazon, MGM Subversion plunges audiences into a claustrophobic nightmare with zero surface and no way out. Hemsworth is breaking type and maybe breaking bones in what's already being called his darkest role yet. Expect dread, expect sweat, expect explosions beneath the waves. Tom Hanks returns to war in Greyhound, Uncharted Waters. The Atlantic was just the beginning. Captain Krause is back, older, battle-worn, and venturing into the Pacific Theater in Apple TV's Greyhound, Uncharted Waters. Hanks once again stars and writes in this soul-wrenching Wild Wild 2 sequel, taking the fight to new seas, new horrors, and a tide of sacrifice. Filming begins January 2026 in Sydney, and while the story's locked tight, early buzz whispers D-Day operations, kamikaze raids, and a climactic moral reckoning that could define the man Krause becomes. Hanks isn't just revisiting history, he's rewriting the emotional blueprint of war cinema. Brad Pitt's The Writers breaks hearts across Europe. Brad Pitt is leaving blockbusters behind for something darker and devastating. The Writers from A24 and based on Tim Winton's acclaimed novel follows a broken father and his daughter across Europe, hunting for a vanished wife and unraveling along the way. Directed by Edward Berger. All Quiet on the Western Front. This isn't just a mystery, it's an emotional evisceration. Pitt's recent run, Wolves F1, has critics buzzing, but the writers may cement him as a generational actor on his most vulnerable arc yet. With Ridley Scott producing and haunting visuals teased, expect the year's most elegant, tragic, and unforgettable cinematic descent. The Accountant of Blood and Pickup Trucks. Ben Affleck's Christian Wolf is back, but this time he's on the run with his brother and possibly Dana Cummings. Director Gavin O'Connor teased a bold genre pivot for The Accountant three-part road movie, part romantic slow burn, part high-stakes killfest, and Anna Kendrick is officially in. With the grit of a crime saga and the awkward heart of a twisted rom-com, Accountant 3 might just become the wildest third act in action franchise history. Expect truck chases, sniper standoffs, and relationship therapy at 80 mph. Roadhouse 2 Richie unleashes the beast. Jake Gyllenhaal's Dalton kicked in the doors of Amazon Prime history, and now Guy Ritchie's kicking down the rest. Roadhouse 2 is locked and loaded, with Ritchie replacing Doug Liman, bringing his signature British brutality and kinetic chaos to the most-watched streaming fight flick of 2024. With Will Beall Training Day scripting and Gyllenhaal producing, expect faster punches, deeper scars, and a showdown that might leave the whole Roadhouse burning. Ritchie's vision raw, stylish, unhinged, just the way fans like it. Avatar Fire and Ash will brace you. Finally, we return to Pandora, but this isn't paradise anymore. Avatar Fire and Ash picks up in the ashes of loss, with Neytiri's grief turning to fury. Blood paints her face, her bow is raised. War is coming not just from the Sky People, but from within the Na'vi. The Ash People, a brutal new tribe led by Varang Una Chaplin, challenge the Sully family in ways we've never seen. James Cameron calls it a reckoning. We call it a cinematic earthquake. This is the Empire Strikes Back moment of the saga, and nothing will be the same. So what will you watch first? Will you dive into the Mark's deadly spy games, fall into tales from 85's haunted nostalgia, get tangled in Booth's brutal return, or sink with Hemsworth into the ocean's darkest depths? Sound off in the comments. And whatever you do, like, subscribe, and tap the bell. Because if you thought 2025 was big, 2026 is going to be a full-blown genre war, and the future of cinema is up for grabs.